This is Niall from Snowdonia Runner, and we're pleased to be teaming up with RunRepeat for a review of the Scott Supertrac 2.0. Although Scott may be better known for their mountain bikes and ski gear, they also produce a small but carefully curated range of running shoes. The focus, unsurprisingly, is on trail shoes. In my books, they consistently produce some of the best outsoles around, giving even Innovate a run for their money. The trail range is broadly divided into two, the Supertrac and the Kinabalu. The Supertrac 2 is a heavier protective shoe, whilst the Kinabalu is lighter and more race orientated. Just to complicate matters, there was once a Kinabalu Supertrac, and as far as I can tell, it is this that's evolved into the Supertrac 2.0. I was a fan of the original Supertrac, but Scott have managed to make it even better. Thankfully not by adding lots of superfluous pseudo-technology or trying to replicate a road shoe for the trail. Instead, the Supertrac 2.0 has been stripped back to the essentials whilst retaining the best elements and improving the bottom unit's geometry to tune up the ride. At 330 grams, the weight is decent for such a protective and durable shoe, but there are comparable lighter options available. The no-sew upper is mesh with well-placed laminated overlays. There's a rand made from a rubberized material running around the shoe, so although it isn't waterproof, it is sufficiently impermeable for most conditions. The styling becomes more subtle and understated, but despite the update, the Supertrac 2.0 isn't going to be a shoe to cross over into casual wear. It's purely a mountain shoe, and all the better for it. Out of the box, the upper is a little stiff, so it's sensible to go out for a couple of short runs before heading out on longer distances. Once broken in, the upper is superb. The new update has an emphasis on performance. The Kinabalu Supertrac was a comfier shoe, better suited to slower paces and easier runs, but now this is a shoe that wants you to push the speed. The Supertrac 2.0 has been streamlined and stripped back, removing the extraneous padding, and as a result it feels much less roomy and bulky. This won't be to everyone's taste. Those new to trail running may prefer a more forgiving fit and a softer upper. For more experienced trail runners, the fit will be welcomed and it is greatly improved. Not for the last time, it will draw comparison to some of the better Innovate shoes, particularly the X-Talon Ultra 260. However, the Supertrac 2.0's heel fit is even better, with no slippage on even the most testing descents. The padding around the ankle cuff may seem modest to some, but it's more than adequate. The cuff sits low under the ankle and the Achilles support is notched and well padded. The midfoot is a little tricky to lock down due to the lacing setup. I think this could be addressed by bringing the eyelet stays closer together over the top of the foot. In addition, the lace loop in the tongue is a little too high, which pulls one lacing row further up towards the ankle. Nevertheless, a bit of adjustment helps to mitigate this, and thankfully the laces are ideal. The toe box is pretty much perfect, being wide and roomy without feeling sloppy. Whilst the Supertrac 2.0's upper may be superb, the mid and outsole unit is really something special. Scott have sensibly made few changes to the outsole, keeping the excellent, widely spaced, chevron-like arrangement of the lugs. If you want to mix up road and trail during the same run, you may prefer a shoe with a broader base lug. That said, if the outsole rubber is anything like the Kinabalu Supertrac, it will stand up pretty well to the occasional road run. There's no rock plate, but if this worries you, the shoe feels plenty firm and the lugs are deep enough to withstand all but the most determined rocks. Don't be misled by the apparent depth of the midsole, a fair proportion of this is sidewall. The lasting is broad enough to avoid the sidewalls rubbing against the edge of the foot. Despite being a stiffer build, there's still good flexibility where it counts, especially around the MTP joints, with adequate torsional flexibility. This makes the Supertrac 2.0 stiff enough for rockier surfaces without sacrificing too much agility. The grip is excellent on any loose surface, soft grass or mud, and given the narrow lugs, surprisingly capable on exposed wet rock. The outsole sheds mud well, and although it's more of an annoyance than a problem, the vertical ridges along the midsole seem to serve little purpose other than to collect mud, which they do a lot. The standout update is the E-Ride rocker. In a lot of shoes, the rocker arrangement is scarcely noticeable. Scott have really nailed it in the Supertrac 2.0. The rocker is superb, especially on firmer surfaces. If anything, the E-Ride rocker had me running faster than I intended, which is not a bad complaint to make. The lasting is wide and straight, and the reasonably firm heel counter makes this a stable shoe without the need for any extra stability gimmicks. The EVA Aerofoam Plus midsole is great and complements the E-Ride rocker perfectly. Although it couldn't be described as soft, it provides firm, protective cushioning, enough for longer runs of 2 to 3 hours or more without any issues. Like the upper, some runners may find it too Spartan, especially if you're looking for a soft, plush ride replicating a road shoe. On the basis of previous experience and the mileage already put on the Supertrac 2.0, this is expected to be a very durable shoe. Too many road miles won't suit the outsole, but otherwise this should prove very versatile for all but the fastest runners who may prefer to opt for a lighter shoe for race days. At £110, this represents excellent value for money. We hope you've enjoyed this review. We've got plenty more on the Run Repeat website, so please check those out, as well as our website where we review some of the latest running gear.